So being tough, he says, means always preparing with the expectation and the certainty that adversity will find us eventually.
Eventually.
Isn't that like life? So
Yeah, right.
So what is your philosophy of the inevitability of adversity?
Well, I don't necessarily
Because those who don't have it, let me just say it this way, tend to bitch a lot.
Right. Yep. Now, one of the things we talked about recently when it comes to adversity, because it will find us eventually,
Right.
is I'm always thinking contingency planning. You know, like I said, all right, things are good right now. Things are good right now.
Right.
You know, I'm financially stable. Things are good on the home front. I'm not like working my ass off, but I know, because adversity will find us eventually, that bad shit can happen to us.
Right.
So always in the back of my mind, I know that, you know, knock on wood, I never want this to happen, that one of my kids could have a fender bender.
Sure.
Or that when I'm walking the dogs and one of them get bit by a snake and I have to take him to the, to the emergency vet. I know that stuff, that it's always there. So because I know that it's there, I think whenever it happens, a lot of it's small stuff. It's like, I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. You know, worse things can definitely happen to me.
Right. So that's different, because it is so close to where a lot of people, where they have a struggle, is they're like, things are really good, and now they're really worried.
Right. Oh yeah.
Because something's going to end. They just have this dread that fate is going to get them.
Yeah. I don't think you could be a fatalist like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't, it's not healthy to be a fatalist.
And so the more prepared you are, then
in this case, we're talking mentally prepared too, knowing that adversity will find us eventually.
Right.
But it's not. But I don't look at it like it's not bleak to me. It's not like, oh man, bad shit's right around the corner. I mean, a meteor's going to fall on my house in any second, and my cars are going to explode. And, you know, I'm not a fatalist, or I don't have bleak thoughts, but I understand 100% that bad things can happen, and they will when you least expect it. And this would be a good, because I think he talks about it a little bit in this book. That would be a good subtitle or sub definition of being tough, is how you deal with that adversity.
Yeah.
You know, how are you able to pull yourself out of that mess, that metaphorical car wreck,
right.
or the catastrophe that happened with your family, or financial collapse, your own personal financial collapse. How can you recover from that? You know, that could be a real true measure of toughness right there, being able to rebound from that.
Yeah.
Quickly.
And again, I think this comes down to this is something that I talk about myself a lot. I'll often say, you know, when they tell you to look on the bright side, well, just look in the mirror.
Yeah, right.
Because you are the bright side.
Bam. Nice.
Right. And so I think the difference is, you know, that adversity is coming. You know that the unexpected can happen. You know all of these things, but it's not going to ruin your everyday.
Nope.
Because you know that you are your own best solution.
Right.
You know what I mean? So whereas a lot of people, they're like, well, who's going to come save me? You know,
Yep.
So they haven't learned that self-reliance we were talking about. They haven't learned, in other words, the thought of them depending on themselves scares the hell out of them.
Yeah, right.
I'm the last
it's
person.
funny because one of the things we're going to talk about here is that unconditional self-love, you know?
Yeah.
You have to believe in yourself.
You do.
You know, you have to, and the more you take care of yourself, the more you work on capability,
Right.
the more you're going to believe in yourself.
Right.
You know, and the more confident you're going to be. I think it's all just one big cycle of operation.
Yeah.
You know, you're constantly working on this stuff, you know, on your capacity, your character, and your capabilities. Because you have to, at the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself. You have to, I like that. If you would look on the bright side and look in the mirror. Yeah, right.
You are the bright side.
Right. You are the bright side.